Welcome to episode 20 of the Take Two podcast, where today we are patting those on the back who love to pat themselves on the back. We're talking the 2025 Emmy nominations. Let's go.
And we are back and super excited to be talking about the Emmy nominations. We have taken
thrilled.
Thrilled. It's been like a maybe 2-week hiatus for us. It's the summertime. Kenny was in Utah. I was in Aspen with the billionaires, right? So, working as a servant for them. But I was there. I was around billionaires. And regardless, here we are, reconvened. We've been getting a lot of messages. Where have you two been? Is the podcast still alive? Yes, it's very alive. It's been growing substantially. And we're sorry we have not had as many episodes in the last couple of weeks, but we are back, and we are very excited to have a fun, brief, quick episode on the Emmy nominations before we start getting hopefully into our regular schedule again next week.
Yeah. I know all of our rampant fan base now of 30 people are just constantly spamming our inbox at take2filmpod@gmail.com. And they're like, where have you been? Where have you been? And they forget that even though we are the best podcasters on the internet, that we also have day jobs.
Yeah.
And we also take vacations, and it's the summer. So,
well, sometimes you work so hard at the podcast, you need a vacation.
It's true. Yeah. I mean, all our Patreon is already paying dividends. So that's good.
Very true.
Good.
Thank you for everyone supporting the Patreon. So Kenny, do you want to explain just kind of briefly how we're going to go over the Emmy noms?
Yeah. So we are going to go through all of the 16 categories of the nominations. We'll read off the nominees, and then Sam and I it's going to be a bit of a short form thing, but the ultimate intent is for Sam and I to agree or maybe disagree on the winner of each category. So categories like Outstanding Drama Series, Best Supporting Actor, Actress in a Comedy Show, Best TV Movie. It's worth saying, Sam, and we can just probably start this way, is I have never once watched the Emmys. Like, I've never watched. It's one of those things where it comes around every year and you see it on Netflix and you're like, oh my gosh, the show is Emmy nominated, and my first thought goes, who gives a crap? But that's probably not fair at all. Like, Emmys is, I guess the Oscars for TV. But some of these categories are dumb, and I think we'll talk about the fact that they have clearly just invented some made-up categories in order to hand out.
It's also very cringe
awards.
too, right? Like if you watch the Emmys, you're excited to see the award winner, and then immediately afterwards, you're going to have to deal with the award winner going up there and giving you a social or political lecture that someone else has likely written for them, as that's how their lives go. They just repeat what other people say. And so it's really fun going from rooting for your favorite TV show to being lectured at about something you're not doing good enough as you're working your 9 to 5 trying to make ends meet, but you need to be the one that fixes global warming. So
right. Save the penguins.
Save the penguins. And we will get to the penguin. So do we want to start with the first series, which would be Outstanding Drama Series? So the first two big ones are probably, Outstanding Drama Series, Outstanding Comedy Series. Those are the two big, heavyweight ones. So Outstanding Drama Series, we have nominated Severance, The White Lotus, The Last of Us, Andor, Will Trent, I don't know what that one is, The Diplomat, Fallout, and Mr. and Mrs. Smith slipped in there. So
that's not the right list.
Is it not? I thought it was.
No, 2025 Emmy nominations.
Oh geez, maybe I messed up.
Because I have on here, some of those are right.
I feel good about the ones that are right.
Yeah, good. Andor, Diplomat, The Last of Us, Paradise, The Pit, Severance, Slow Horses, and The White Lotus is the list I have.
I missed a few. Okay.
This is see
I was
this
questioning
this is
Mr.
what
and Mrs.
happens when we
Smith.
trust AI. This is what happens
That's true. AI is
when
starting to suck.
yeah, I know. It's already letting us down. It's only been around for so long. Sam and I were talking about before the pod how the AI that I happen to use apparently tried blackmailing its developers when they tried to replace it with an updated version. So we live in the dumbest timeline.
We really do.
But
Sorry,
so
everyone. You know what?
I
We have two great lists
we should just make our own list.
that represent the outstanding drama series. So going through this list, what are some of your reactions here and thoughts on who the winner is going to be?
I think that these are actually kind of the shows that I expected to be on here. This feels like there's a few of them I don't know. I'm not really familiar with the Diplomat or Paradise, but the rest of these are the shows that I've been hearing about all year. And I do think I want to give like credit where credit's due. The Emmys are really kind of better at this probably than the Oscars, where they just recognize shows that are both like well made as well as like
Being
culturally
popular.
relevant.
Yeah.
Yeah, like and so and/or The Last of Us, The Pit, Severance, The White Lotus, like these are shows that
Was
I'm
Fallout
just hearing.
on your list or no?
No, I think Fallout was last year.
Oh, rip. Okay.
Yeah. Unless my list is wrong, in
No,
which
whatever.
case
Whatever.
we're just gonna roll with my list.
So who do you think is going to win this award?
Oh man. I think it's going to be I think that it's probably between Severance and Slow Horses. I'm voting for Severance personally. Like we talked about Severance on the pod. I still like Severance. I was watching some episodes with my dad this weekend and he had like just started it and he was on the season finale of season 1 and I was just like laughing my head off at the reading what's his name's book and there's
Oh,
Rebecca
right. Yeah.
and it's a great show and it's well made. I think that it makes sense that it's on here. I could see that or I could see Slow Horses. um I haven't seen any of the other shows. Have you seen any of these other shows? Have you seen
Uh,
Andor, Last of Us?
I haven't. I stopped watching Last of Us through the first season. Got a little gay for me, which is fine, but I just didn't want to watch it. The White Lotus,
Rude.
season 1 I watched and it was all right. It was kind of entertaining. Pretty gay. Sorry.
I don't remember season 1 being gay.
Of what? The White
Bad.
Lotus?
Yeah.
There was literally like the gay hotel manager was having like cocaine like eaten out of his butt in an office, and they were like nailing each other in the back office.
I haven't finished the season, so maybe I haven't gotten to that one yet.
Clearly, either that or you blacked it out, which is totally fine. Not that there's anything wrong with that. If you like that sort of thing, but I just didn't want to watch that much more of it. But that's just me. I'm afraid of gay people. So so I heard though that the season 3 of White Lotus was not good. I heard it was really slow and really boring. I heard Andor was good. So like if I had to pick, I'm obviously going with Severance. Like the most money got pumped into it. It's the most artsy. It's is it the greatest show ever? No, but it's still I think it's probably the peak of TV right now. So I think it deserves to probably win.
I'll be interested to see as we go through this list how many wins we give to Apple TV because their name is all over this list. It's pretty amazing.
That's a big deal, Kenny, because Apple TV was like before this year, there were a lot of talks about it shutting down.
Yeah. And they're back. I mean, they have one of the biggest movies of the year in F1. I'm now a huge F1 fan.
They made F1. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
George Russell, don't worry. You will likely be replaced by Max Verstappen, but we'll take you for another team. Don't worry. You're going to be okay.
Wow. Okay. So yeah, I think it's a great point. Apple TV. So we're both going to lean with Severance on Outstanding Drama Series. Now to Outstanding Comedy Series. What does your list say, Kenny?
My list now from CBS News and not from AI
okay
says we got Abbott Elementary, The Bear, Hacks, Nobody Wants This, Only Murders in the Building, Shrinking, The Studio, and What We Do in the Shadows. So I think that this one is also probably going to be a unanimous vote for us. I think.
I think it's like an obvious clear winner that the studio should win this. I don't
Yes.
even think it's close. I get really confused sometimes. Like I watched The Bear. I was in on The Bear before The Bear was even cool. I'm almost done with season 3 and it's like first off, a little bit of the humor they put into season 3 for the first time feels like a little forced.
Mm,
And like but I'm still liking it. But like it's not a really it's not like the funniest show. Like it's actually
yeah.
like probably one of the most dramatic shows I've ever seen. Like every episode is just like long dramatic conversations. I don't really know how The Bear is in there, but I think
Yeah.
like even if you measure that up to the studio, it just gets crushed and pummeled.
Yeah. There's other like good names on here. Like I really enjoyed Only Murders in the Building the first
Oh,
season,
me
but
too.
I do think it's kind of like tapered off a little bit. I still think I mean like Steve Martin is still hilarious. He's still doing his thing, but I just don't think it's probably as strong of a season as it's been in the past. What We Do in the Shadows is a show that it was like a college classic for me, and I
Mm.
haven't revisited it. I'm glad to see it on the list. I'm glad to see Taika
I didn't
getting
even
because
realize it was still going.
I know
I've seen like
it's a
2 or 3
hilarious
seasons of
show.
it.
I'm kind of excited to watch that season because I thought it was done. And so I saw it on this list. I was like, oh man, I got to get back on my What We Do in the Shadows train
I
because
really do
it's
like What We Do in the
incredible.
Shadows. It's a really weird show.
Yeah. For people who don't know, it is What We Do in the Shadows is a TV show that was spun
Spin off of
off
a
of
movie.
a movie directed by Taika Waititi, which is a mockumentary, office style, about the daily lives of vampires, and it is quite funny.
Yes.
So,
So we're both rolling with the studio though.
yes, for sure.
Okay.
Next one, outstanding limited or anthology series. This is one of the first ones that I'm kind of like, they're starting to tip into, is this really like a worthy
Yeah.
category? This one
Limited.
feels legit because it's like, it's a mini series, right? You're talking about what's the best mini series. So we got Adolescence, Black Mirror, which I
Anthology,
guess,
they
even though
said.
that's not really a mini
They
series.
all they say limited or anthology. So I think that's why
Yeah,
Black Mirror's in there.
right. Dying for Sex, Monsters, the Lyle and Eric Menendez story, and The Penguin.
Okay.
Mm,
So I'm just gonna say this. This category I feel like should just be lumped into outstanding drama series, considering they're measuring it by the season, right? They're not looking at Severance and saying Severance season 1 and 2. It's
Yeah,
by season. So like these are these are basically like a season of a show. I don't understand why they're their own thing, but it is what it is.
yeah.
So I watched The Penguin,
Mm-hmm.
and it is the best limited series I've ever seen, and it's not even close. It is the best thing I've seen all year. It's
Wow.
as far as television goes, and that is not close either. I can't remember. It has been many, many years since I have been hooked from the beginning to the end of every episode and from the beginning to the end of the entire season. And so if the Penguin doesn't win here, I'm going to be pretty upset. I feel like if it doesn't win, they're just going to go with something that was maybe more shocking or I don't know, brutal or graphic. But man, the Penguin is 10 out of 10. Just I couldn't recommend it enough to anyone I've met. I forced Lauren to watch it after I watched it, and she was like, I don't want any violence. I don't want, and yeah, it's a little dark, but she even was like, that was incredible. So that's my thoughts
Yeah.
there.
I haven't actually seen any of these. The Penguin has been on my watch list for a really long time. You've convinced me that I'm gonna go and watch it once we get HBO Max back. So interesting. I'll second your vote though on that just because of my hype, I guess, anticipated hype for the Penguin. Everyone who I've talked to has loved it.
It's a 10 out of
I'll vote
10. It's a
I'll
10 out
vote for
of
that one
10.
as well. So we have two Apple TVs to one HBO Max.
Okay.
Or when it came out Max, but now HBO Max again. All right. Outstanding television movie. This is kind of where I'm like, okay, what are we doing here? We
Okay.
got Bridget Jones, Mad About the Boy, The Gorge, Mountain Head, Nona's, Rebel Ridge. I'm giving this to Apple TV's The Gorge.
Dude, The Gorge was.
Did you see it?
Yeah. I mean,
Oh my
it's
gosh. Okay,
like.
the first half of The Gorge. So the premise of The Gorge is it is Miles Teller and Anya Taylor-Joy are both like ex-military assassins, like top of their game snipers, and they are both separately with under separate entities sent to a
This is such a
year-long
ridiculous.
rotation to watch over this thing called the Gorge, and they're told not to have any sort of communication with the other side, all this sorts of things. Over time, because they're alone for 365 days, they start communicating, they fall in love. That's the first half of the movie, is them falling in love. I think that's super heartwarming and fun. The music is great. Second half of the movie is at some point they Miles Teller shoots a grapple over to the other side of the gorge, goes, spends the night with Anya Taylor-Joy. He's on his way back. They do their little smoochy smooch, and he's riding back down the zip line, and he falls into the gorge, and she goes in after him. The rest of the movie is like the Doom video game,
Yes.
where it's just
Literally.
like
Literally.
psychedelic, and there's these tree people, and the story is just totally weird. I It's just it's a very weird movie. I had a good time. The first half of the movie is really, I wish I could have gotten more of the first half of the movie, but that's the one I'm going for. Is it
Uh,
just has a special place in my heart.
oh, I'd give The Gorge like a 6 out of 10. Like if
That's
you're
that's a very that's a very generous score for
yeah,
sure.
like if
Yeah, it's good.
you're going in with the idea that this is a TV movie and you want Miles Teller with just zero personality. I've never seen him with less personality in a role.
That is so
If you
true.
want Anya Taylor Joy, it's very
That
confusing.
one.
Doing the most ridiculous accent you've ever heard. Like
Is that not her actual accent?
whatever it is, it was not good. It even the first half, which is kind of cute and charming, is also like really awkwardly cut and kind of weird. But if you can just put everything aside, and it goes on for way too long. That movie does. Like there's just like
Yeah.
you said, it's an hour of
Talk about a movie that
action.
should have been 90 minutes. That's a movie that should have been 90
Yeah,
minutes.
and it's like 2 hours and 20 minutes. You're like, excuse me? Like, I'm sorry. There is not the depth of Sigourney Weaver's in it and has about 6 lines. Like, it's,
Oh, man,
it's one of
yeah, I
those
forgot
things.
about that.
It felt like this is what's been happening with these TV movies, like Netflix originals, and kind of like Wolves, right? Where it's like, okay, we have 3 stars. We have enough for 2 stars and 1 star that has 1 foot in the grave, and we don't have enough to pay the extras, so we're gonna have some really crappy CGI and a cool plot that's ridiculous, but like that does not have a runtime of 2.5 hours. So there's our review of The Gorge. If you are looking for something fun and entertaining that you might have to have a drink or two through, go watch The Gorge.
Yeah. Are you voting for a different movie on this list?
What were the other ones? Sorry, give it to me rapid fire.
Bridget Jones, Mad About the Boy, The Gorge, Mountainhead, Nona's, or Nana's. I actually haven't heard of that one in Rebel Ridge.
Yeah, that's easy for me. Nonia's is actually awesome, and I 100%.
Nonia's, that's how.
Yes,
that's how it's
Nonia's
pronounced?
was awesome. If those are the nominations, that's an easy pick for me.
Okay.
That movie's like an 8 out of 10. Almost cried 3 times. I would recommend it to anybody. It was probably watched it on like Mother's Day, and it is one of the sweetest, most heartwarming films I have seen in like probably a decade. So it's easy Nonia's for me. Like, and I don't think I could meet someone who would not enjoy that movie. So Nonia's easy.
You actually did recommend that movie to me, and I forgot that that's what it was called.
Kenny doesn't watch any
Okay.
of my recommendations. I go and watch all of Kenny's recommendations.
That is not true.
That is true.
That is not true.
That's
That is
okay.
not true. I've watched quite a few now. So anyway, okay, outstanding reality competition program.
Okay.
I think that this list is honestly a piece of crap because there's some.
Do we even have to go through
So we
it?
got The Amazing Race, RuPaul's Drag Race, Survivor, Top Chef, and The Traders.
Can we just skip
Survivor
this?
and the Survivor. Yeah, we can just skip it.
I'm voting for Survivor. Obviously, I love
Yeah,
Survivor.
we'll vote for Survivor. Moving on. Outstanding. We're not gonna do that one either. uh, like what? Okay, there's literally a category on here for outstanding scripted variety series, and there's 2 nominations
Okay,
because there's only 2
guys, come on.
people in the
What are we
world.
doing?
It's the John Oliver Show and Saturday Night Live. It's like you just literally created an entire category for Saturday Night Live.
I would vote for the Stephen Colbert Show if it were
Oh,
nominated.
that was on the outstanding talk series.
Oh, but it got canceled.
Or he canceled it? I'm kind of unclear.
He got fired basically. Okay. Let's move on. These are ridiculous.
All right.
Let's hit the major ones. I want to hit the big ones.
Sorry. A few more of these that are kind of funny. We got outstanding variety special, of which the Super Bowl halftime show is included.
Oh my god.
We also got the outstanding variety special pre-recorded, which includes, I guess, something by Adam Sandler called Love You.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
Jeopardy got nominated for an outstanding game show. Okay, we're gonna skip some of these because it's
Kenny,
just...
you're supposed to be hosting us and taking us and our listeners and viewers to the main attractions. I'm not here to ride the teacups. Right. Okay, I'm here to ride the dragons at the Harry Potter world. Okay, that's what I want.
All right. Outstanding lead actress in a drama series. We got Kathy Bates in Matlock, Sharon Horgan in Bad Sisters, Britt Lauer in Severance, Bella Ramsey in The Last of Us, and Kerry Russell in The Diplomat.
I heard.
I'm giving it to Britt.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say I heard Bella Ramsey was like terrible, and she just like became a meme like the entire time in that show. I can't speak to it because I've only seen 3 episodes of the show, so I don't want to like harp on her. But I heard she got trolled a lot for her iteration of that character. But what do you do?
I mean, I'm gonna sound like a broken record here, but Britt Lauer is legitimately one of the most amazing like TV performances I feel like I've seen this year.
Wow.
In Severance, and so I'm gonna be going with Britt Lauer.
Yeah, she was awesome. So I agree. We're going with Britt Lauer.
Like the scene where they do the like the getaway trip.
Yes.
Crazy.
Yeah, I agree. Right. Totally agree.
Outstanding lead actor in a drama series. We got Sterling K. Brown in Paradise, Gary Oldman in Slow Horses, Pedro Pascal in The Last of Us, Adam Scott in Severance, and Noah Weil in The Pit.
I don't think they're gonna let Adam Scott probably win this award. Yeah. But obviously I'm backing my boy Adam Scott. We're kind of going for a little bit of a Severance sweep in that category because everyone was so good. So I mean that's who I'm voting for. If Pedro Pascal wins, I'll probably hang myself, but what are you gonna do?
I've actually started watching The Pit, and Noah Weil is like, have you seen any of The Pit?
I haven't, but I've heard it's really good.
It was recommended to me by a buddy of mine who is an emergency room nurse, and so he just sees crazy stuff all the time. He's like, you want to know what my job is like? Watch The Pit. And so I started watching The Pit, and it's definitely not a show I could binge because it's very intense, but Noah Weil, or I might be pronouncing his last name wrong, but he crushes it. So I'm going to give it to The Pit.
Okay, cool.
He's really good.
Cool. I like that. All right, what's next?
Outstanding lead actress in a comedy series. We got Uza Adoba in The Residents. We got Kristen Bell in Nobody Wants This. We got Quinta Brunson in Abbott Elementary. Io Adebri in The Bear. And Jean Smart in Hacks. I'm going to be going with Uzo Aduba in The Residents. Do you watch The Residents?
I do not.
It got canceled. It did not get renewed. It was one season of it, and it has its flaws for sure, but I think that you would really like it. It is an Agatha Christie Clue style murder mystery that takes place in the White House.
Oh my gosh. I tried watching an episode of this and I had to turn it off like 3 times because it was so bad. I literally could not watch it. No. Oh my god. We need to have a viewing situation where Kenny and I watch something, and I will like It would be so funny for us to live watch them. Kenny, I had to stop it like 5 times. The lead actress, is that who you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
You didn't like
she was
her?
so insufferable. I could not stand her. Yeah,
No.
she like just her snarkiness and just everything, it just like did not work for me at all. And I felt like she was just a massive buzzkill to like the humor like that they were trying to put out and everything happening. She was just, it was like my least favorite type of humor. It was like anti-humor to me, where like something would happen and she would just say something really flat and like kill the whole joke, or like whatever was happening and be like, gosh, this chick sucks. Like I just don't want to be around her. So
I thought she was fun. I'm giving it to Uzo Aduba. I thought she was
wow.
awesome.
Wow, good for you. um
Your other options are Kristen Bell, Quinta Brunson, Io Debris, and Jean Smart.
F.
Io Debris is the person in the bear.
Yeah, I know. Here's the problem with Io Adebari. In this season in particular, thus far, I only have a couple episodes left. She is absolutely fantastic. She carries the weight of a lot of the season on her shoulders, and she nails so many scenes. But again, every scene we're talking about is really dramatic, right? Where she's crying, having heart to hearts. Like, The Bear is not a comedy series. Like, it is like a really heavy drama series with some comedy and lightheartedness like thrown in to like keep you going. So I can't even vote for her. Hate the chick you were talking about. Oh, what do I do? Oh, pass. I'll pass. No one gets my vote. No one gets my vote. Next.
That was just so incredibly lame. I can't believe you gave me all of this guff for at least voting for somebody and you passed.
Pass.
This is so lame.
Sorry.
All right. Outstanding lead actor in a comedy series: Adam Brody in Nobody Wants This, Seth Rogen in The Studio, Jason Segel in Shrinking, Martin Short in Only Murders in the Building, and Jeremy Allen White in The Bear. It's obvious. It's Seth Rogen.
It's Seth Rogen. He for someone who was really annoyed with Seth Rogen, as I've talked about in the past, like absolute massive redemption for him in just carrying the show, like being the center. It is, here's what I'll say. It's very difficult to play the centerpiece of a comedy show. And that is how comedies die. If the centerpiece cannot hold the weight of the show and of all the complementary pieces. And I couldn't think of someone who could have done a better job than Seth Rogen with the best comedy of the year. So yes, Seth Rogen.
I also like, people don't necessarily, most of the time, like Seth Rogen is one of the very few people who I enjoy watching him act in the things that he's also making. Most people who do that just are not good. Like, they are either good in front of the camera or behind the camera in one project, but not both. He is great in both, and he clearly he had a great vision, and he like let his crafts people and the people working with him do their own thing. I think that he allowed these other people to like play into his vision, and I just really admire that.
I agree.
Next one, outstanding lead actress in a limited series or movie. We got Cate Blanchett in Disclaimer, Megan Fahey in Sirens, Rashida Jones in Black Mirror, Kristen Miloiti, I'm sorry if I'm butchering that name, in The Penguin, and Michelle Williams in Dying for Sex. I'm gonna go with Megan Fahey in Sirens. So, have you seen that show?
I have not. I've been tempted to watch it. Is it worth watching?
I think so. I haven't finished it yet, so
so it's not that good.
Well, I just started it.
This is who you're going with. Okay.
Well, like, I'm like middle of the season. Really interesting. All
Don't
three
spoil anything, Kenny. I don't want anything
I would say
spoiled.
all three actresses in that show I find to be like really good.
Okay.
So yeah.
Well, here's what I'll say. Kristen Milioti put on one of the greatest like master classes alongside Colin Farrell I've ever seen in a television show. Her presence and Colin Farrell's presence were like two Titans, like whether they were sharing the screen or whatever scenes they were in, they just absolutely destroyed. You could not look away from either one of them for a second. She was absolutely incredible. For people who don't know, this was Ted's dead wife in How I Met Your Mother, and she really hasn't been in a lot. She was also cuckolded by Leonardo DiCaprio in the Martin Scorsese film that everybody loves, where he's the billionaire or whatever, The Wolf of Wall Street.
Wolf of Wall Street.
Wolf of Wall Street. And she hasn't been in a whole lot. And I remember actually seeing something about her like getting this role basically, and how it like rejuvenated like her entire career, and that she has been like eternally grateful and super humble and super kind through the whole thing, and that she like loved doing it, and like there's potential for her to be in like in the Batman in the future potentially. And I just have to say, one of the best performances I've ever seen. So like I have to go with Kristen Milioti. She was unreal.
Awesome. Outstanding supporting actress in a drama series. We got Patricia Arquette in Severance. We got Carrie Coon in The White Lotus. We got Catherine Lanasa in The Pit. We have Julianne Nicholson in Paradise. Parker Posey in The White Lotus. Natasha Rothwell in The White Lotus. And Amy Lou Wood in The White Lotus.
Holy smokes!
We got 4 White Lotus supporting actresses. I haven't seen The White Lotus, so unfortunately I can't vote for those.
I heard it was too boring. I can't watch this season. We'll see if I can.
I'm going to be going with Patricia Arquette. Are you in agreement?
No, I'm not. I don't even know the rest of these, but I'm going to have to put my foot down on the Patricia Arquette, even though I like her. I liked her in season 1. I thought I watched a show by Ben Stiller that he made before Severance. It was an anthology limited series called Escape from Dannemora, and it was amazing, and she was in it. I'd give her an Emmy for that. But I thought season 2, she wasn't in it a whole lot. And when she was, in my opinion, she had that ridiculous episode in the fishing village. And she's running around the house. And I just thought that episode she was not good. And I thought the episode was a mess. So I'm just from what I've seen, you can't give it to her. Give it to somebody else.
Fair enough. Outstanding supporting actor in a drama series. Are you ready for this crazy list?
Yes.
Zach Cherry in Severance, Walton Goggins in The White Lotus, Jason Isaacs in The White Lotus, James Marsden in Paradise, Sam Rockwell in The White Lotus, Tramel Tillman in Severance, and John Turturro in Severance. So we got 3 White Lotuses, 3 Severances, and James Marsden is there because he's James Marsden.
I love James Marsden.
Yeah, I do too.
Okay, so wait, who are the 3? We have John Turturro, and who are the other 2 from Severance?
Tramel Tillman, who plays Mr. Milchick.
That's right.
And was in Mission Impossible, and Zach Cherry.
And I feel like this is kind of on a silver platter for Mr. Milchick. I've been hearing a lot of, like, I don't want to get racy with it, but like a black actor in this category, and like him just absolutely crushing it and kind of being like a dark horse Hollywood darling right now. Like he was amazing. Sure. And I think he's going to blossom into many more prominent roles in bigger franchises after Severance. And he, if you think about it, was really he feels like when you think of season 2, for some reason, you think of Mr. Milchick. Like, he is just running everywhere, doing everything, different costumes, doing everything. So, like, he's my vote for sure.
Agreed. And did you end up seeing the new Mission Impossible? You saw it.
I have not seen it yet.
Yeah. So he's in that movie. That was a surprise to me when I came across him in a submarine, and he was incredible in that movie. In the 5 minutes that we had him was just so good. I think the only reason that he wouldn't get it is because people feel like they would need to vote for something other than Severance. So, but I'm with you. I think the train is behind Tramel Tillman.
Yeah.
Outstanding supporting actress in a comedy series. We got Liza Colin-Zayas in The Bear. Hannah Ehrenberg. Huh?
No, The Bear is not comedy.
Catherine Hahn in the studio,
Yes.
Janelle James in Abbott Elementary, Catherine O'Hara in the studio, Cheryl Lee Ralph in Abbott Elementary, and Jessica Williams. Kind of, man.
These are
So I
all
mean, I think
females.
yes, yeah.
I'm going with
I think
Catherine
we're
Hahn.
yeah. I was between Catherine Hahn or Catherine O'Hara, but I don't find Catherine O'Hara nearly as funny.
Oh no, she's not nearly as funny. She's fine. She's fine. Like she's good, I guess. Like she plays herself. Like I feel like she just kind of she's morphed into playing that character in everything in the twilight of her career here. But like to me, what I heard from people who did watch the studio, so much of what people said was like, I love Catherine Hahn. And I love Catherine Hahn too. Like I've loved her
Yeah,
forever. She's awesome. She's hilarious. And I think she crushes it. So I will go with Catherine Hahn.
nice. This is the last one. You ready?
Hey, uh, remember that Asian chick I said wasn't funny in the studio?
Yeah, she's not listed, is she?
I don't want to be that guy, but she was not listed.
I thought she was good. I agree with you that she wasn't, like, she's not really written to be a funny character.
No. Okay, go ahead.
All right. In outstanding supporting actor in a comedy series, we have Ike Barinholtz in the studio.
Let's go!
We have Coleman Domingo in the Four Seasons, Harrison Ford in Shrinking, Jeff Hiller in Somebody Somewhere, Ebon Moss Bacharach in The Bear, Michael Urie in Shrinking, and Bowen Yang in Saturday Night Live. I just need them to give it to Mike Barinholtz so everyone can go and thank Sal Silverstein when they go up.
Yes, that would be, oh my gosh, that'd be so meta. It'd be so funny. I'm
It'd be so
I'm
funny.
also gonna stand on my pedestal here and say Ike Barinholtz, like I defended him. I've talked about him, and I also, from the few people I talked to in the studio, were kind of like, oh yeah, he's okay. No, he's freaking hilarious. Like he's friends with Seth Rogen from Neighbors and Neighbors 2, and like he's from The League. Like he is really funny, and I think a lot of people don't really know who he is. They're like, oh, maybe I saw him in something once. So like, and I thought he was consistently probably the funniest character. Maybe the funniest. The studio's great, so maybe the funniest male side character in the show. So like I would go with him for sure. He's my boy.
Yeah, I'm 100% with you there. That's the end of our list. There are other ones that we can talk about, but they're all kind of just fodder for making fun of. So I think we can spare the Emmys.
Yeah, I think, and I'm trying to think if there's anything else worth noting on. I guess this isn't 100% Emmys related, but I should say that there's this movie on Peacock called The Drop or Drop. Have you heard of it?
No.
Okay, so I think it must be like a TV movie or something. I don't know for sure. I think it's made by Blumhouse, and it's like
horror movie.
I like thriller. I think like thriller-esque, thriller, maybe a little horror. And I got 15 minutes into it, and I had to shut it off. Like I'm gonna say a couple things. One, I am so tired of how movies are being written these days that treat audiences like they are so stupid. Like the dialogue to start this thing, her sister is in there with her and they're talking, like in her house, and they're talking. She's basically like, and you're kind of like, this, they don't look anything alike. The sister's dressed really weird. You're kind of like, who is this person? And at some point in the conversation, they're basically like, I'm your sister, so and so. You know that. Like, and you're like, okay, you having to tell me, the audience, that you're the sister and like say your name is just gonna drive me nuts. And then they go,
dude, it's the second. Have you heard about the second screen phenomenon?
No, I have not.
Okay, so there's this like prevailing theory that I've been reading about really over the past year called the second screen phenomenon, where basically people are changing how they make and write TV shows, especially if it's a streamer, because they understand that people are really just putting something on and they're going to be looking at their phone most of the time.
That is disgusting.
So like
I'm disgusted by what you are telling me right now. I'm going to throw up.
I am 100% in agreement with you. I am also disgusted. And I can be guilty of this too, but people, we got to put our phones down.
Oh, not me. I lock in when I watch anything.
We need to demand better. Like, we cannot regress. We need to demand quality. We need to demand goodness. Put your
Kenny,
phone
I put
away
it
and watch a
down.
TV show.
I give it 100% of my attention, which is
Yeah.
probably why I come off like an a-hole sometimes, because I'm really critical of what I'm watching. And just to go off that, I had to turn this movie off 15 minutes in. I had to show Lauren, we're 15 minutes in, we're watching this movie. Writing's not great. The music's terrible. Like, the sound is awful. But we get into this scene, and they do one oneer shot. They're like, here's our oneer shot. It's about 5 seconds. They go around a bar and find her. I'm like, okay, you know what? Everyone's into the oneer. Good for you guys.
Aren't we amazing? We can move a camera.
Yeah, right. And I was
cut.
like, wow, that was amazing. The hilarious thing is, immediately after the oneer, there becomes a dialogue between like 4 characters. And I swear, within 30 seconds, we had 15, 16, 17, maybe 20 cuts in between characters. Whenever someone was speaking and all the lines were super short, it was just cut, 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 cut. And it literally was making me nauseous. And I stopped it and I said, Lauren, do you notice the editing here? And she's like, no, what's going on? I rewind it, we watched it, and she goes, oh my gosh. And we tried watching, and then they just kept doing it for the next minute or two, and we had to turn the movie off. And she was like, I couldn't unsee it. And that's the problem, is when you
unbearable.
Are watching so closely, like, editing has become so lazy and so cheap, and so is acting, so is writing, so is sound. Like, and that movie, the only reason I put it on, I'm like, kind of sounds like an okay, fun premise, kind of like the level of The Gorge. It's like certified fresh and has a good popcorn meter, but like, I'm like, oh my gosh, who's watching this and like enjoying it? Like, oh my gosh. So that's my rant. It had nothing to do with the Emmys, but I just had to slip that in there.
Yeah. I would say, as I'm going through this list, the one category that Emmys do not really have anything for is a documentary TV show, really.
Why don't they have that?
It's very strange. Jenna and I have been hardcore binge watching Formula One Drive to Survive.
I've seen about the first season of it, and it's pretty entertaining.
Oh my gosh, it's the most amazing.
It's really good.
We're gearing up for Spa. We're gonna watch the Belgian Grand Prix this Saturday.
Where was my Evite? Where was my Evite to watch the Grand Prix?
You can come down to the Springs and we can watch the sprints.
I wanted to, but not anymore now. Now that I was a second afterthought. It's okay. I'm gonna make a party and tell you about it.
There you go.
After I have it.
We'll go ahead and wrap up here. Are there any closing thoughts on the Emmys?
My closing thoughts are, I feel like Severance and The Penguin, to me, should sweep a lot. I think White Lotus feels like it's on there for like diversity's pretentious sake. Like, all that show is just like super highbrow conversations of people from like different backgrounds put in like a like high class situation. So it's just like kind of rich people just talking and stuff. So like,
I love that.
I like it. No, I like it, but it wears me down sometimes. Like, you're talking to somebody who like loves Succession like to death. I love Billions. Like, I'm for it, but like, I just hear like, I heard specifically in season 3 that there just like wasn't a lot going on. So like, I'm interested to see what happens when it comes out. We'll definitely have to give it a look and an overview and just take a snapshot at the winners. Maybe do some shorts on them.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Okay, so that is episode 20. As we always forget to say, please sub, like, and comment and share and follow us on TikTok, because we have no followers on TikTok, but people have been loving our videos on there. But apparently we're just not getting people insanely to follow us there, but it's gonna happen anyways. All right, that's it for us. So goodbye from Take Two. Enjoy your life.